Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Box, Technical Trader, Monday night, November the 14th. These are the charts of the day, both long and short today. I want to go over some of the stocks that we've been talking about lately that have made some moves today in particular. OPK up about just under 5%, 4.2 million traded today. More importantly, though, when you scroll in, you'll see that the pop on Friday was followed through nicely today with an increase in volume. The best volume in about 4 weeks. The stock breaks out of this little pennant or wedge, coil, whatever you want to call it, and moved all the way up to a high of 585. Now, my target was 6.5, 3/4, maybe 7. I think that's where it'll get to. Keep an eye on that one. SPPI, we could see that the stock broke out above key resistance, multi-year resistance, pulled right back to it, tested it. Now moving up again. I can see the stock getting to 14, maybe 15 short term, depending on the market. LNG had a significant pop today. The stock came out of well, let's get rid of some of this noise here. Hang on a minute. Stock pulled out of a consolidation pattern. And you can see that, well, let's leave it at that. Right now there's a 2-week consolidation. The stock is moved up 78 cents or 7.4% and 11 million share traded, the best volume in about 3 weeks. So I'm looking now for LNG to maybe take out this October high. If we can get to 12.25 or half range, we could see this move up towards 14.5, 15.5, something like that short term. GLNG, one of our better stocks, is broke out today above this line, which makes a new all-time high. Volume increase to 1.1 million. And right now I'm looking for the stock to make a substantial and immediate move up towards the high 40s at least. PZZI continues to impress with a beautiful surge. I took it up towards the top of the channel. More importantly, the lateral resistance line. So it's a little overbought short term. Let's look for a pullback retest, but momentum is very strong in this. It may very well reach 7 or 7.5 before it's over. FTK broke out, pulled back, and up another 39 cents or almost 5% today at 2.4 million. I like the way this acts. Beautiful rising channel. Looks like momentum could carry this up towards 10.5. SUSS Susser, new all-time high today, broke out above the September high, and although it only closed up 2 cents on a day, the net on it was that we made a nominal new all-time high today. Keep an eye on that one. PKT, up near the top of the longer-term channel. Take a look at scroll out here, you'll see the top of the channel, and resistance may be up in the zone. Could be a little short-term overbought. We're reaching my target zone in the 16-17 area. ATRO, a significant pop, perhaps we'll see. It went up $1.43 3.25%. Volume picked up a little bit. It may be beginning to move here. And if it does, look for the stock to try the top of the channel up in the 40 range. That could be a very significant short-term move. Perhaps we shall see if there's a follow-through. SIMO acting great. That swing trade continues to trend beautifully in a channel. I'm looking for a move into the low 20s now. Netlist, 2 nice days in a row. Significant breakout. If you look at not only was lateral price declining tops and secondary lateral price, but the long-term declining tops line not only was broken out, but in the aftermarket, the stock was trading over 3, folks, from 235. So something's up. The 280 target was taken out after our trading. At this point, it looks like we may very well test the 2010 winter 2010 high up at around the 390 area. Stay tuned. And PEIX, I seldom talk about these low price stocks, but this is one hell of a thrust. It's taken us from 30 cents to $1.06, more than tripling it in the last 4 weeks with heavy volume. 25.7 million today. We may very well continue momentum on this one until it gets to about $1.85, $1.90. Now switching to the short side. Boxes shorts, BID, BID. It looks like it may be rolling over. Oops, hang on a second, folks. Just realized that something is amiss here. Stay with me. Okay. We are needed to compress these charts to get them in on the charts of the day. Okay, so here's the pattern on BID. You'll see that the head and shoulder top, the breakdown, the rally back to the neckline, a plunge to the bottom of the channel, a 3-way move back to the resistance. It may be rolling over here. Take a look at this pattern. Today down $1.06, only 3.2%. But if it takes out this resistance support line here, we may test and or take that out with a test down in the mid-20s potentially if the market gets real ugly. Coinstar, massive top formation. Let's go back and take a look at this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and a double shoulder here. But more importantly, it's came down hard off the top of that line, bounced near the moving average, and then took that out. At this point, I'm expecting a test of 38 to 40. 45 last. CYD, one ugly hell of a chart, and it still looks like it's headed lower. Bottom of the channel measures down around the 8.5, 9 zone. Wouldn't shock me. Let's see if we take out 13 first. Ben Franklin, big rising wedge pattern to the top of the declining channel. If it rolls over here, we could see a retest of at least in the low 90s, maybe even the mid 80s. HFC, massive head and shoulders top maybe, but it's starting to come down heavy here with some strong volume to the downside. Key support at 24.5 may be tested. If that's taken out, KD bar the door on this one. We could see high teens. CVI Energy, very similar pattern. These two, Holly and CVI, I'm not sure they're related, but they both look similar. And we can see the big head and shoulders top. Let's look for a test of 18.5, which is the neckline. SIRO, after breaking this head and shoulders top, came down hard, bounced back, hit the major trend channel, and bounced to the top of the new down channel before rolling over. Note the pullback here on heavier volume. We may get a test of 41 short term, and then if that collapses down into the mid-30s, it wouldn't shock me. Edwards Life Sciences, you can see the top came down hard, bounced to resistance, hit once, twice, formed a big wedge pattern. The last couple days, it's come down to test a support line, tried to bounce, but today backed off. Now, if it's a crack here, look for a retest to the lows around 61.5, maybe even as low as mid-50s. KRA, broke a top, came down hard, stair step lower, now it's from the rising wedge. Looks like a parallel channel here. If we back off and break this wedge, we can see this roll over and test 13.75, 14. Dolby Laboratories, I've been bearish on this for a year and a half now. Stock just continues to work its way lower. This here, folks, looks like a bear flag to me, and note that it may be cracking it right here. Look for a test of 24. ENSG, another multi-month bear flag as far as I'm concerned. A retest of 19 may be warranted here and potentially even into the mid-teens. And that's it for today. Those are your longs and shorts and the charts of the day. Good night.